Hey guys, how's things with you? Hope things are good. I'm having coffee. It's coffee time here, and cheers. All right, so let's talk about Ketu in the 10th. Right, let's understand what Ketu is. Let's understand the bhava, the 10th bhava or the karma bhava, and what happens if you have Ketu in the 10th. So I, as you know by now, love to talk about the essence, the myths, the legends which are associated with it. I love to talk about this, the Puranas behind it, because by understanding the root of things, then we'll have a better. I mean, the interpretation that comes from it is considered safe, or else it's can be misleading. Okay, if you understand, say if you understand, okay, Ketu is the one that gives you pain and torture and all that. It's very karmic, and then but if you do not understand the very purpose, the very function of Ketu, and then the results of the prediction can be misleading. Okay, so if you are a beginner in astrology, if you're giving, if you do consultation, then it's best that you understand. It's best that you go through the scriptures, understand the very esoteric meaning of it, the core meanings of it. So that, which is why in every of my videos, although it sounds a bit boring, but I would like to do that. I like to advocate the truths, the esoteric, the elements, the principles of any object in astrology. So again, I'm going to talk to you in very few simple lines. Astrology, ladies and gentlemen, Vedic astrology is a tool for us to understand what is our path of righteousness, and end of the day, that's what matters. It will show us the function or the purpose or the reason of looking at one's birth chart is to see, would we ever reach the path of salvation? If not, what are the things that we should be doing in order for us to reach that path? Okay, so that's the thing, right? Anything else is superficial, right? When would I get married, or is this would I ever get that visa to be extended? All these are superficial thing. In its core, it's trying to push us and weave us and to guide us to the path of righteousness. Okay, so that our soul would not be born again. I keep saying this again and again, right? It needs to be compliant with that purpose, so the soul would not be engaged in the process of birth and death and birth and death, and this samsara, the shackle of samsara, would give us more pain, right? So that's what astrology is all about. So every object, especially the grahas, conforms with this. Okay, conforms with this. So every graha understands that whatever lessons that it's teaching you is to comply with the fact that you must find the path of righteousness, right? So by giving you certain experiences, you will come to realize that this is what wrong I'm doing. I'm supposed to take the wrong path. I'm supposed to take the right path, but I am in the wrong trajectory. All right. So the experience is meant to do that. Okay. I hope I didn't confuse anyone, but it's important that I keep saying this again and again, and I will keep saying this again and again, so that any newcomers would will take advantage of it. All right. So so now that you understand that it's the soul's seeking of the path of righteousness, that is in its core, Vedic astrology is all about. Ketu again also is no exception. It also follows and complies with that rule, with that protocol. All right. So Ketu will tell us in which area of our life that we are lacking in order for us to reach that path of righteousness. Okay. All right. Let's say you want to go to Damascus, for example. Okay, let's say you want to fly to Damascus. Well, you need basically your visa, your passport, your air ticket, and money, and maybe a road map, place to stay there, and stuff like that, right? Without any of these, then that particular trip is deemed as it's not fulfilling. It will not be efficient. So this inefficiency will ruin that trip. If you look at it collectively, you'll ruin the trip. Just like that, Ketu is saying that one of the things for you to achieve the path of salvation is missing, or you do not understand that, or you do not realize it. Okay, something that you did not learn in your previous life. As such, Ketu will give us in this birth, right? So I would like you to pause the video for a while, just for you to ponder over what I've just said. Okay, so Ketu once again will show us the inefficient path that we are taking. It will also show us what we are lacking in the context of the soul's progression. What the soul needs, we are lacking. That particular experience is lacking. But once we have gained that experience, when we have understood that we are actually walking on the wrong path, and that's where we will gain all the benefits in life, right? So essentially, Ketu will give us problems in order for us to realize what is it, and hopefully to correct our actions. Okay, now the 10th is the house of first of all, it's the last house of Artha. Okay, so I'm not sure if you know, but there are 4 different components or categories or groups in a chart. You have the Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha house. Artha are the 2, 6, 10 houses. All right, these are very earthy signs. So these 2, 6, and 10 houses shows the evolutionary process of the soul to achieve responsibility, the capacity for us to reach the meanings and purpose of life. The word karma, the 10th house is called the house of karma, karma bhava. Karma has a few connotations. Okay, one of it is actions. Your literal, in its literal sense, your action, your outward action. Just like kriya is inward action, karma is outward action. It's your ability to do things to achieve or to fulfill your highest responsibilities. Okay, as far as Artha is concerned, Artha again means Artha also means meaning or purpose in life. In Tamil, it's called Artham. Okay, it means a sense of purpose in life. All right. Without that, then we cannot progress as a human being. We are not fulfilled. We require that part of life. Okay. So these 4 things, remember: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Okay. Without this succession, our soul would not be nourished to move on to the next birth and to move on to the upper realms towards God. Okay. So Artha is your highest responsibility, the capacity that you have to reach your goals and aspirations and hopes and dreams and purpose in life. If you don't have a strong 10th house, chances are you'll have a very mediocre life. So the paths to mediocrity will always lead into a miserable feeling at the end of the day. Okay, because it's really nothing. You're just a common person, right? So having a weak 10th house shows that you will not have zeal, enthusiasm, zero entrepreneurship. If you're into business, you won't have the entrepreneurship skills. You won't have the zeal, the charisma, and all that. Again, the 10th means the house of to reach, especially is the last Artha house, is for you to reach the highest, the brim, the zenith of responsibilities. And of course, if you have done that, now everything comes, money, fame, fortune, recognition, dignitaries and credentials and whatnot. All right. So I hope now you understand what the 10th is. Your capacity to reach to your full responsibility, your full fulfillment of your hopes and dreams. Okay. Now Ketu, as I said, it will let us know that in that particular house we lack the dharma, the knowledge, the wisdom. So what it does is, okay, and most likely on your previous birth, in terms of reaching your fullest capacity, your highest responsibility, you were not, you haven't reached. By the time you've reached that, or by the time you've realized that, or you have never realized it, or you're truly ignorant, you have passed on, you have died. As such, it's sort of, fold over, you have carried forward to the next birth, which is this birth, right? So when you accrue these things, you must understand that Ketu will give us, Ketu will make sure that, look, you did not learn to reach your fullest, your highest responsibilities. As such, you would, as such, I would give you those experiences to you. I will give you the experiences so that you will realize that you lack that and you will learn from it. So what Ketu does is, it'll give you problems. It'll try to tell you that, without working hard, without putting effort, you will have problems in life. So what happens is, you'll be given impediments after impediments after impediments. Your hard work may not come easily. The fruits of your action, will be always futile. You put a lot of effort, but you'll get only a little bit of response, a little bit of recognition. Your boss would not recognize you, no matter how much you work. No matter if you're starting a business, no matter how much effort you put, you meet new clients, you work on the weekends and all that, but still you're not seeing it. Okay, money doesn't come to you, the recognition doesn't come to you. You write great books, you have great content, but then it doesn't reach people. It's always holding you back. Okay, and that can lead some people lead into depression and all that, anxiety disorder and all that, because it's frustrating. You want to do something, but you just cannot, you're not getting it, right? No matter what you do. So this is a clear indication. The Ketu is saying, look, hold on a second. Yes, you're not getting anything, no matter how much you put effort, no matter what sort of things that you do, but you are not getting, is because there is a lesson to be learned here. Understand that first. Once you realize what lesson it is, then Ketu will start to give you all the benefits of life. Okay, Ketu Dasa is dreaded, it's very dangerous. Okay, but then if you know what you're supposed to be doing, if you know how to appease, if you know what Ketu wants, and then it's going to be one of the best 7 years of your life. Okay, so yes, so I hope you understand the Ketu in the 10th. I can give many examples, but one thing that collectively encapsulating here is that it will give you a life of mediocrity. It will tell you that that you need to put more effort in life, that you need to gain confidence, you need to take control of your own responsibilities, right? Until you realize those things, those important things, that life must set a goal, and you must you must go towards, you must feel inspired, you have to pursue, you should not have resentment, you must have the competitive spirit within you. Until you have that, Ketu will give you problems after problem, from debt, from not giving you recognition, from unfairness, from even demarginalization, and all these things will be given by Ketu. Okay, but the day when you realize that whatever is happening to me is because that I'm yet to learn something, so I'm going to change now. I'm going to work twice as hard, and I'm not going to be expecting some instant gratification. I'm going to put all my effort, and I'm going to get things done. When you do that, when you are sort of not bothered about the results, but you're only bothered about the current actions that you're doing, then Ketu will start to help you. Okay, but of course there's other things that we need to look at, and things like technically we need to look at other stuffs, but in essence is what is for Ketu in the 10th house. Okay, so I hope I've given you some information. If you have Ketu in the 10th, I would like to hear it from you. So until the next time, thank you guys. Namaste.